Welcome to The Right Focus, a podcast for writers, newbies, and veterans, and everyone in between. We're hosted by M.A. Lee with the assistance of Remy Black and Edie Rooms, all from Writers Inc. Books. Our focus is productivity, process, craft, and tools. Each episode lasts as long as it takes to fix a quick dinner, drive a short commute, or take a brisk walk. Resources and links are in the show notes. Visit us at therightfocus.blogspot.com. Now, on to this week's episode. We're continuing our Easter series combined with writing as we seek more. Maundy Thursday. Maundy is such an odd word. It comes down to us from the Middle Ages, entering English in the old French form of mandé, which leads back to Latin, and mandatum, meaning command or order. The mandatum comes from Jesus' words to his disciples. The meeting in the upper room began with a shocking event for the disciples. They have followed Jesus for 3 years, astonished by his miracles, listening to his lessons, and gifted by him with the powers of healing and casting out demons. Yet more astonishing events await them. On Thursday night, the Lord gathers them to the upper room for a meal that they do not know will be their last meal together. Servants would normally provide water for cleansing before the dinner began. Part of that cleansing was to wash feet dusty from the dirt roads of the time. Instead of a slave performing this service, Jesus himself humbly washes his disciples' feet. Here's more on humility. Humility is necessary for love. Humility is not pity, which is looking down on those beneath you. Oh, I have to help those poor people, is not a statement of love. It is a statement of pity. Pity has as its root pride, one of the 7 deadly sins. Another form of pity is the statement, "There, but for the grace of God go I." This is still pride, to be so glad that you are not in such a lower state. Humility removes self from the first position. Humility sees a need and reaches out to fulfill it. It's understanding we are all the same weaknesses, same sins. No one person is above anyone else. Jesus performs one of the lowliest duties when he rises from the table and washes 12 pairs of feet. Then he gives them a true challenge. As he has done to them, so should they do to each other. This is one of the many multi-layered events of Christ's entire existence, with more than one lesson occurring. The disciples had seen such lessons for 3 years. They must have wondered why he was washing their feet. Why did he challenge them to treat each other as higher than themselves? Were they surprised by his comment that no servant is greater than his master? That certainly upended their world. Did any of them think of his earlier words to them when he sent out the 12 like sheep among wolves? Whatever town or village you enter, search there for some worthy person and stay at their house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet. Matthew 10:11-14. Is Jesus symbolically casting off the dust of the world in which Christianity will face rejection? 10 of the 12 disciples die horrible deaths of martyrdom. Judas commits suicide. Only John dies a natural death, even though he himself was severely persecuted during his life. Christians have faced rejection for 2,000 years. We still face rejection, more hotly antagonistic than in the last few centuries. Will humility and love help us overcome those who reject his message? Consider the Maundy in the Last Supper. Christ completes the Last Supper with his 11 true disciples and then says, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." John 13:34 and 35. This is the mandatum, the new commandment. The original 10 commandments just received an 11th commandment, as he has 11 disciples with him. The first 4 commandments are about people's relationship to God. No other gods, no idols, no sacrilegious cursing. Keep his day. The last 6 commandments are about people's relationships with each other. Honor parents. Don't murder or steal or commit adultery or lie or covet. Now here is an 11th commandment. Love one another. It is Christ's addition to the Shema. It is what has often come to us as the Jesus Creed. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind. And love your neighbor as yourself. Luke 10:27. When we do not have humility, when we put ourselves higher than others rather than viewing them as equal to ourselves, when we do not love, then the evils of the world take root and grow and bind and choke us. This is our 11th commandment now, and Christ's willing sacrifice is the greatest gift of love. Now let's look at the Tenebrae service, which is common at the end of the Maundy Thursday service. Another Latin word, Tenebrae, sounds just as intriguing as Spy Wednesday and Maundy Thursday. Totally new, totally cool, until we understand the meaning. Tenebrae means shadows, darkness. The Tenebrae service may be done after the Lord's Supper on Maundy Thursday or after an evening Good Friday service. And the shadows? During Tenebrae, the candles in the sanctuary are gradually extinguished. Beginning on Thursday evening, the evil forces of the earthly world, through their arrogance and rage, their greed and envy, their quest for more and more, and their lust and laziness, conspired to bring about the death of the revolutionary Jesus of Nazareth, the Christ, Son of God, who came to save the world. Evil never understands, not until after Pentecost at the earliest, that this conspiracy will only cause a greater revolution. The gradual extinguishing of candles, lovely symbolism, is equally beautiful in practice. All candles are blown out. Sometimes one candle remains, representing the sole light of the world, Jesus. Usually, however, all lights are extinguished. In the show notes is a link to the film The Passion of Christ. The clip combines the Last Supper segment with a later clip, providing the reason for the whole Passion, the reason for the Holy Week, and the whole reason that Christ came to earth. Please watch it. Creativity Refresh number 5. For many years, I kept an idea journal and also what I came to know as a commonplace journal. In the idea journal were sketches of story ideas or bits of dialogue or plans for characters' development. I still have a few of those old idea journals somewhere. The commonplace journal, the one I called Bits and Pieces, hold quotations and tidbits of knowledge, taped in photos or patterns, lists, and more. I now take screenshots, and every season I clear out images I deem not keepable. I'm ruthless with these bits and pieces. I will say that I have never regretted deleting those images. I'd rather keep photos of my family. In my job of many years, I had to plan often in 15-minute or 30-minute increments. Thus, I resisted such planning in my personal life. I only took a grocery list when I had a specific recipe I needed to make. I kept a wall calendar for family birthdays and events and appointments. 2 years ago, I started a long-term chaos of interviews and episode creation for the podcast, and I had to plan ahead as I had in my previous work. I've always written down my daily work at day's end, a summary recap with word count and project steps. The interview chaos meant I had to be more intentional. Also last year, my church started a 40-day initiative to read through the New Testament. Halfway through, I began a devotional journal, just a brief note of the daily reading, a 3-item gratitude list, a 3-item daily goals list, and a space for a short prayer. That little journal started changing my view of several things. One of those was the act of 3 daily goals. When I filled that devotional journal, I split into 2 journals, one for my devotional time, one for a daily notebook. I found a pretty spiral notebook and added a task list to the goals list. The new devotional journal added space for reflection while keeping the gratitude list and prayer area also larger. I've discovered that even with distractions and disruptions, I accomplish more when I follow my plan. 3 days may be needed to finish my goals and task list, yet everything keeps moving forward. I'm back to the specific planning that filled my work life. Every morning I create a page in my daily notebook after I finish my devotional time. My previous notebook had a cute gnome on the front. My current one has a snowy owl. I list my top writing goal and the 3 steps that must happen for that goal. The task list adds in 4 other items I need to accomplish that day: errands to run, or an appointment, laundry, or cards to write, something of that sort. For example, in writing a short story, I think of the story in 1,500-word increments. Each increment has a plot task to achieve every 500 words. The second 1,500-word increment has A, twist and consequence, B, increased risk, and C, dilemma and doubt. The goal equals the second 1,500 words, then ABC for the 3 steps. Following the steps is next step, which would be the third 1,500 words. Then a journal about the goal, about the task list, about something I'm thinking of or that needs writing, or a gift I need to purchase, and what kind of gift I'm looking for. This writing covers what is filling my mind to the brim. It needs to be cleared. I need to let go of it. If it's story related, I screenshot it and print it and tuck it in with my writing. Screenshots are marvelous things. Julia Cameron of The Artist Ways and her aficionados call this morning pages, and they write 3 or more pages. I've heard others call this a dump journal or a trash pages. First, I do not want to write 3 pages, although combined with the devotional journal, I am writing that much at the start of every day. Second, I refuse to call any writing dump or trash. Those words have negative connotations. We should not associate any of our writing, the creative ideas and words given to us by God, with negativity. They are a gift. Even a list is a gift. I know the reason they use those words. They are removing the top thoughts out of their conscious mind to release those blocks on the ideas and words for their current project. Yet, just do not be negative about the writing. Thanks for listening to The Right Focus, a podcast for writers at all levels, hosted by Emma Lee from Writers Inc. Books, assisted by Remy Black and Edie Runes. Our focus is productivity, process, craft, and tools. Music is licensed through Audio Jungle, called Background Music Loop. Its creator is Alexander Polishchuk, known on Audio Jungle as Plastic 3. The music comes in different iterations. Show notes and resource links for this and other episodes can be found at therightfocus.blogspot.com. Write to us at winkbooks@aol.com when you have questions, comments, and speculations. We will try to answer you as quickly as possible. By the way, we will not mind your email address. That's rude. If you find value in our content, share with your writing friends or write a review. We're small beans here without the advertising budget of the big peeps, and you can make a difference. And whatever occurs, write on.